have limited territory of mountains and suitable for agricultural farming, but it is the second in the world's economy, or arguably the second. And the country is like an immense floating factory, importing raw materials from the whole world and exporting manufactured goods. So Japan has very limited availability of natural resources, but it is one of the biggest exporters of manufactured goods. Then we have Switzerland, which does not grow cocoa, but produces the best chocolates in the world. So you find that in a small territory, she raises animals and cultivates the lands only for 4 months in a year. Nevertheless, it produces the best milk products. So this really is said when you look at the potential that we carry as Africa. So what has been the difference between Africa and some of these global economies? And the difference is the value system of the people, that is the leaders and the followers. And remember, the values and the attitudes are informed by the belief system, are informed by their religion, are informed by their worldviews. So the difference has been what I believe the value system of these different groups of people. So when we analyze the conduct of the people from the rich and developed countries, it is observed that most rich nations abide by the following principles. Ethics is a basic principle. Ethics, then the principle of integrity, then the principle of responsibility, then the principle of the respect for laws and regulations, then the love for work, the efforts to save and to invest, the will to be productive, and finally, excellence is another key guiding principle. And you find all these values have been informed by their religious beliefs, has been informed by their religious worldviews. Now, whilst the rest of the world has developed a leadership worldview that allows for development, you find most nations of Africa remain stuck in the mires of corrupted leadership worldview, in spite of the growth of Christianity, especially when we're looking at sub-Saharan Africa. And this is very important for us to observe, friends, that when you look at North Africa, which is predominantly Islam, Islam has been able to influence every aspect of society, every aspect of life. So you find that the moral and ethical societal fabric of North Africa is very much informed by the Islamic religion, which is different from sub-Saharan Africa, where our Christianity has not been able to inform our moral and ethical conduct as a society. So in most African countries, you find these principles are not respected, the principles that we've just been talking about. And Africa, as a result, is not poor because she lacks the natural and human resources, but Africa ultimately is poor because its leaders and citizens fail to respect the above principles. And the African rulers lack the will to model and to teach these principles. And as President Johnson Sirleaf once said, Africa is not poor, but Africa is only poorly managed. And this is just a reflection of how our religion, how our faith has been able to impact the way we do business, the way we run our economies, the way we run our politics as Africa.